Welcome to the Living Elan Podcast, where we help you reclaim your confidence and energy through taking control of your wellness. I'm Paige Hope.
And I'm Tracy Vallejos. Join us for quick chats on wellness, personal growth, hormone regulation, and more. Well, welcome to another episode of Living Elan, and I am so excited to be back in the studio with the incredible Paige Hope. It is always great to be in person with you.
Oh my gosh, it is. And last week's episode that is going to be released next week, it was all about lymphatic drainage. And can I just say, I went literally fixed all of my habits.
I know.
Started to do some things that I wasn't doing, which actually that's a fact this last week, literally. Now I've always done the face stuff, but I'm starting to move, and you guys will learn why if you didn't listen to that episode.
I know, because as we always say, it's small scooches, like lifestyle changes, having the energy, having the confidence, that way that you can get up and I always say, to be able to have what you want in life, because to have what you want and to do what you want is all about energy and confidence.
It is. And we are also recording this on TikTok. So we might wave at our TikTok audience during this episode a little bit. Each week, there's a good chance we're going to be going live with our podcast over on TikTok live, just because it's so fun. We have such an awesome community growing. Yeah. So
they can
just
see it
know
first.
That this is the first podcast episode we are recording live.
I know.
So we really can't mess up.
So if you're listening right now, thank you so much for being here and just watching this live. And if you can't stay the whole time, of course, you're going to be able to find us either on Spotify or on Apple.
Correct.
So let's jump into this week's topic, because I love this topic and it's going to be something myself and Paige, we've been traveling a lot. And so when you're busy on the go, so whether traveling or not, it doesn't matter. How do you keep in your wellness routine? And when I mean wellness routine, we're going to kind of talk a little bit about, when it comes to mindset, our food, right? Not perfect. I didn't say about perfection, but also making sure you get your workouts in, because this is something I'm super passionate about. For myself, I used to travel every single week, Thursday through Sunday. So about 42 weeks a year. I don't know
how she did that. Let's be real. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't even have any enemies, but still.
No. But I mean, it became such a habit for me, and it probably was over maybe an 18-year period. So people would come to me all the time and say, how do you keep on your routine? Or they would see that I would pack things. So we're going to talk about that. And they'd say, well, what are you packing with you? Like, how are you doing all of this and still keeping your wellness up? And I know.
I love this. And also, I have some random beauty tricks and tips on traveling, because I don't think anybody knows this. I am literally living out of a suitcase right now, like literally. And so the old me would have been stressed out of my mind, not having like a physical location, figuring out what I'm doing. And I have purchased some awesome stuff on Amazon just to keep me organized, keep all of my stuff, so then I can put it in my suitcase. And I feel like I've gotten a really good routine down, because think about it, Tracy. I'm a little OCD as well, tied with the ADHD. So
she is.
I am. I don't even deny it anymore. I used to be like, why do I have to be OCD too? But it's a little bit of a superpower.
I was like, each one of us, can I just say, we need to do another episode on this, right? Your strength, your superpower is your strength, but with every strength can come limitations. Nobody in the world has the perfect superpower. Nobody in the world has it all. We all have strengths and limitations. Yeah. That's what makes all of us come together.
It is true.
So with our community and also with Paige. So let's kick off. I am going to kick off with, no matter if let's say you're traveling or not, maybe you're going to be gone for the day, you're busy, no matter what it is. I always say, first of all, it's about being intentional. Like, I was so deliberate and intentional. And what do I even really mean by that? What that means, I'm going to start with food, because for me, food is fuel. So when it's on the end of my fork, I know it's either going to zap my energy or give me energy, right? It's either going to cause inflammation in my body, or it's going to, put it in a state of alkaline. And so there's many things when I look at it, I go, okay, if I'm on the go and I can't, and I don't have control of it, what do I have control of? So for me, I mentioned earlier, I would travel every single week. So I'd think to myself, what is it that I can pack with me. So I'm intentionally creating and buying things to have at home, and I can talk about what they are, that is so easy to pack. I'm never going to worry about it going bad. So if I'm in an airport, or like I said, you're going to be gone for a day, could be just by the pool, no matter what you're doing, you have it with you.
I call this emergency food. So it's not like, and things like this, we're always going to be, hey, Whole Foods, do whatever you can to like eat real food, right?
Oh, yes.
But like the emergency food that we're talking about here is like, I'm not joking you guys, Tracy goes everywhere. And I just need everyone to know this. I could probably tell you guys what her routine is, and I think that might be funny. She will come with little baggies of nuts for each day. So she's allergic to a lot of things.
Yep.
Gluten-free, dairy-free, grain-free, all the things.
Uh-huh.
And so she literally, walnuts, pecans, okay? Those are her nuts of choice.
Oh, yes.
And so she'll always have that. And what's funny is when she comes to visit me, I always buy a big bag full so that she never runs out of her nuts.
I know. But it's important.
And it's an easy one too. And it keeps you full. Like, I think when you can find options that are still of a really good natural source, you're not going for the super processed stuff.
Correct.
Even like, because processed stuff, like, let's be real, we do like to travel with our protein bars, right? But that's still processed. Now there's good, better, best ones, which Tracy was going to get into.
Yeah.
But nuts for her, she travels with nuts, avocado.
Oh, yeah.
Almond butter.
Oh, yes.
She's got like all these easy things.
Yes.
That is just absolutely hysterical. So Tracy, tell us about some protein bar options.
I'm going to talk about protein bar options, and also, oh gosh, there's so much. I've done so many videos, and I should do a day in a life. Like literally, if I'm going to be gone for 9 days, for me, I know I'm going to need a snack at one point. And so why should I have to be trapped somewhere? So that's why I'll do like 9 little baggies of walnuts, 9 little baggies of pecans. Maybe it's 9 little baggies of pumpkin seeds. I do all natural almond butter. And so they're like single little packets that I'll have with me. Coconut butter. It doesn't matter. So when I talk about these things and packing food, I'm not saying like those are my meals, but those are things I'm going to fuel my body
the emergency
with. It's
food.
the emergency.
And also you're saving money because have you, like airport food.
I'm not going to spend.
No.
That's all I'm going to say. So even when it would come to protein bars, because it'd be like, ooh, I'm going to be on this flight, or I'm going to be somewhere, right? Or I'm going to be sitting in an audience. Doesn't matter where you are.
What protein bars, by the way, did I just send you that are women? We love supporting small, non-toxic businesses.
I'm going to need to look this up.
And we haven't tried them yet. But I told Tracy, I said, whenever there's like a non-toxic brand that's actually trying to create impact, we got to support them. And they're really clean. Because what we look for, and what Tracy's honestly teaches a lot about this. So you should tell them what to look for in a protein bar, because I don't want to put any bars on blast. It's not what we're trying to do. But I'm going to just tell you guys, the majority of bars out there they might look really good branded wise, meaning like 0 sugar, this, that, but you look at the ingredients and it could be disrupting your gut, your hormones, all of that. So I always tell people there's a difference between wellness, the wellness industry, and the fitness industry.
Oh, huge.
Just because the macros look really, really good on something doesn't mean it's actually good for you and you should be eating it, right? Yeah. Now, we all love an 80-20 lifestyle. Like, you got to give and take. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. You can't be 100%.
No.
But there are options out there, and that's what we gotta show you. Oh,
yep.
Yes.
So I just looked it up because I knew that I had it still, and it is BTR. So B as in boy, period, T, period, as in Tracy, period, and R, as in Rodrigo.
Rodrigo is the love of her life. So
yes. So I thought I would just throw that out there. But what you're going to see with the BTR Nation, and I will make sure that that also gets into the show notes, is that it's whole foods. Because I've done before like grocery store, and we need to do a great video about this, because you look at that aisle, it's almost the entire aisle, and you're looking at all those quote unquote nutritional, like good for you bars. I'm going to say 90 to 95% are not.
And it's not even the sugar. Like back in the day, it used to be like protein bars are packed with sugar, but because the industry moved way more toward macros, it's like they might have 0 to 3 grams of sugar, but that's sugar that's still spiking your insulin. Bad
sugar.
Yes. And it is still disrupting. Oh yeah. Seed oils. Me and Tracy get so sad when we find a good bar that we love and we're like, oh, every ingredient is amazing. There's just freaking seed oils in it.
Oh, I
like,
get so mad.
It is just like, it is so disheartening. And so we, and especially Tracy, she will find all the bars because she's a bar connoisseur.
Literally, I'm a bar connoisseur.
Oh, I know.
Like literally.
That's why when I see a bar and I see someone promoting on TikTok and I'm like, oh, we got to promote this brand, I send it to Tracy because I'm like, Tracy, yes, you should look at this.
So there are definitely some. So I will make sure that I put in the show notes. There are probably like 3 right now that I definitely, if you're like that, because I want to be able to have something besides the nuts, besides something with it, besides being intentional. I will have to say I even bring my own almond flour tortillas.
She does.
Because I could even whipped open one of those almond packs, right? Yep. The almond butter, the natural, like make sure you're getting a good natural one, doing that. You heard Paige say, I've been on a flight before, a long flight. I whip out my own avocado. I always have a plastic spoon and fork and knife with me. And I have it.
Travel hack.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, travel hack, and I am scooping it out. I'm putting it in there. That fat is filling me up. I know it's good for my skin hair. I know it's good for my brain health until maybe I can get somewhere to have that really good meal. Mm-hmm. But it's about being intentional.
Yep. And that's all it is. And I think on the other travel hacks, Tracy and I both always travel with some sort of stainless steel water bottle because one, it saves a lot of money.
Oh my goodness.
We are in startup mode, building Elan Pure. We're not able to just go and spend a bunch of money at the airport, right? And
I'm not going to.
No. And we're always traveling with a water bottle. And what's so great about that is you can refill it at the airport. You always have water. We are super big on hydration. And so what Tracy does when she travels, I feel like I can literally give you a routine because I see it, I'm like, oh, Tracy, you got to mention this. Okay. She carries, and I actually bought her this because
I know what you say.
I love that she always brings her Redmond sea salt to get, the extra minerals, right?
Yes.
And so I bought her this little mini version so she can just have it when she travels and puts it in there.
I could literally get up right now. It's over in my purse. I literally just landed 3-4 hours ago now, or is it even that? Maybe 3 hours ago. I fill up my water. I then stand there, put my little Redmond sea salt in, right? It's very important that you get a good sea salt that's not full of, toxic metals and things. The sea salt's going to be great for hydration. It's full of all the minerals our body needs.
Because again, this is, you guys have heard us talk about tap water, but tap water is, one, it's stripped of all of that, but then it's added with additional chemicals, fluoride, not to mention the pipes are nasty. So, we won't get...
There's so many things.
We're going to do an episode actually on tap water because I keep getting questions about it. I'm pretty sure I mentioned something about tap water every time.
I know.
And I don't think we've gone deep on it. So we'll go deep on it next time.
Yes.
But that is what Tracy does. Now for me, I'm not just going to go put salt in my water. I can't do it. When I'm traveling. So I always pack, whether it's little baggies or I'll even just pack the entire thing of it if I'm gone long enough. I use Just Ingredients electrolytes. Yes. And I believe there are a couple other ones that are good. What is his name?
Who are you thinking about?
The Bobby guy. What's his brand?
Fave City. Right? Flav City.
Now, I do approve of his ingredients, so...
I'll make sure that I put that in the show notes.
Yep, so Flav City...
I'm going to go make a note of that.
Flav City's really good, but I really like Just Ingredients. And again, we just love supporting brands that are actually on a mission to disrupt the industry, create change, and it's not one of, big food, right? You hear people talk about big pharma, big food, big tech. A lot of these companies do get bought out. Sometimes their ingredients change, etc. So we're always making sure that we are supporting these small businesses that are actually trying to create change because we want you guys to have access to food while we're giving you guys the access to the very best non-toxic self-tanner. Just a little shout out to our non-toxic self-tanner.
That's right.
And so we can all, lift each other up and build each other up because we need options in everything. So that leads me to, Tracy, some of my beauty hacks while traveling because like I said, I'm living out of a suitcase right now. And the old Paige would have died. But that's okay. It is what it is. So we don't have travel-sized bottles yet.
Yeah.
I ordered on Amazon, though, a little travel-sized bottle. And so if I'm not checking a bag, I'm pouring that in there. It was literally like $3.
I was probably like, yeah.
No big deal. Because I don't go anywhere without my self-tanner. Like literally. Even Tracy came to visit, and the place that we're staying, I made sure to have a bottle in the guest bathroom.
Oh, I noticed it already. Just so everybody understands.
So-
I'm like, she's got it. Go ahead.
It's just important we all stay tan. We're walking billboards, you know?
Absolutely.
We are walking billboards. So I do that. And then I bought this awesome travel kit where I put all of my travel size stuff in, and it folds up and out. And so what I always do is I have travel sized everything, and I always keep it full. Meaning if I have to get on the road in 24 hours, my bag is actually already packed. So I have my shampoo in my travel size, my wash, all of it is already in a travel size thing. So now, because I'm a little bit OCD, I'm not going to lie, everybody already knows this right now, I don't have to think. And the biggest thing is like, don't overwhelm yourself and don't think about it. So Tracy has you on the wellness side where she's like, don't think about it. Always have walnuts, pecans on hand. Make sure you've got your baggies.
Oh.
So you can throw it in there. So freaking easy.
It's so easy.
Make it easy on your beauty side as well, where have everything ready to go when you're traveling. Don't be putting things in like just little, I used to put like everything in like 4 different Ziploc bags, and it was just pure chaos, and I hated traveling.
Oh, girl.
And now I'm like, it's ready to go. It's so easy. I love it. I've mastered it. If you don't have TSA, there's another travel hack for you.
Oh.
Make sure you get yourself TSA.
You definitely need TSA.
Oh, I got a third one for you.
Okay.
Tracy kind of inspired this, which is why this is important. We're doing this in person. So Tracy, it doesn't matter where she is always dressing like her. Oh. And this is just her personality. And we don't care what your style is.
No.
But your style is energy. And you're going to reflect back to the world kind of like how you're dressing and how you feel and what your unique style is.
Yeah.
So travel hack for her is just never turning it off. Meaning she's going to go to the airport as her. She's walking in the airport in her stilettos.
I've never been on a flight without stilettos in my life, and I've traveled the world.
Oh, but I love it though, Tracy, because
Never.
she just got off the plane and she was already ready to come here. And you know what? When you're dressed in your unique style.
Yeah, whatever that is. Whatever makes you feel confident.
Yes, you feel confident and you feel good. And I'm just going to say one other thing about the airport. So many people want to go in their sweats, and I was one of them. I'm not even going to lie. I want to go in my sweats. There was one time I didn't even put on makeup. And by the way, if you're confident without it, please continue. I'm just saying for me,
that's exactly what I want.
I want to represent, like, I tried to level up my life. We did a January episode on leveling up your life, who I wanted to step into. And one of the things that I said, and Tracy probably has even solved the evolvement of this, because when I first went to fly out to her, I was kind of my old routine, going in gym clothes, And then when I wanted to level up myself and what that future version of me looked like, I wanted to dress the part. And so I started, now I'm not going to travel in stilettos because my feet can't really handle that. I love heels, but I'm going to go for more of like an ankle booty or a really cute white Reebok, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever that is.
And what's really amazing about this is I started attracting more people to me that started talking to me and asking what I do for a living. And it brought opportunities to start opening up about Elan Pure. Because when I started to realize we really are walking billboards. You're a walking billboard. I'm a walking billboard. Our whole team is. Yes. And we got to show up as our most confident, energetic selves, because that is literally our ethos. So I swapped that. When would you say I swapped that? Was it January?
Oh, I'm telling you, it was January. I feel like when you flew out to see me,
I intentionally wanted to change that.
I was like, oh.
Yes.
I did notice everyone.
It was intentional.
No,
and I'm like, we're stepping into this.
Yes.
And just my last flight to, I can't remember if it was to where it was to.
Yeah.
It was probably Scottsdale to see you.
Yes.
I met he's probably 70 years old, this gentleman, very well connected.
Yeah.
And he's like, basically, hey, let me get you introed to some people, and gives me his business card. And I don't think that opportunity would have happened if I wasn't completely on, if I wasn't dressed like me and ready to receive and like be open to that. And again, people just see the passion that we have for building Elan Pure.
I know.
And then that leads to other conversations. So
every time.
That's a travel hack for you guys.
It's a huge travel hack. Now listen, I'm going to give you just real quick 2 more. People ask me about dining out.
Ooh, yes.
Because they were like, how did you like literally every single week eat out, be able to take care of yourself? And people would say, we know you're picky. And it's funny that people used to say that. I'm thinking, oh, I'm not picky. I just feel like I'm worthy. I'm worthy to give my body good fuel. And I knew that I wanted to show up for myself and be a good mom and be a good partner and a good business partner. And I was like, oh, if I start eating things that aren't so much good for me on a cellular level, and it was a weekly basis.
And it was really impacting you. Like gluten impacts Tracy and I
tremendous.
Significantly. Now, some people, it's not as bad, but for Tracy and I, it's like the moment that it hit, like we even bring it in, it's like,
that's why. I mean, having those snacks on hand, like I said, but then, you know, when I've worked with women, especially, you know, mostly with women, and I talk about, you know, going to dinner, and this is going to be one of the hardest things. I always said one of my biggest, I'm going to say weaknesses, if you put a brownie in front of me or a piece of nice warm bread, I would go for that bread every day of the week. Okay. So I would say you can't start. If I ate bread and ate a bread basket every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it would have not been good. It would have given me brain fog. I wouldn't have slept as well. It would have messed up my gut and digestion, right? I get really achy. It's things like that. And so I knew that I had to intentionally say no to the bread. And when I'm looking at appetizers and things, lots of times I'll go for that salad. I go for the shrimp. I make sure I'm getting that protein in first thing. And so, because people would ask me about this all the time. And no, I'm a big seafood eater. I just love seafood. But for example, salmon is always like, we'll glaze salmon with something. And I just get really picky going, well, glaze to me equals sugar. And I'm like, why am I having this beautiful protein and I'm covering it in sugar? I need the protein and I want to taste it. And so I would have them, you know, I'd order it. No glaze on my salmon or whatever that was.
It is funny because I think so many people don't realize you can make alterations too.
That's why I love sharing.
Yes.
And when you do it in a beautiful way, you know, for me, you know, I knew I was eating super late at night. So having really heavy carbs, maybe like rice or potato and things, just really wouldn't have been digestion on me. And again, I wouldn't have had the sleep. I would have woke up really bloated. And I just really, I connected to, like I said, my energy and what I needed to do in life. And so I'm like, oh, can I swap that out? Do you have asparagus? Do you have broccoli? Oh, can you double up on the asparagus and swap that out? So literally every day, I was just eating as if I was eating at home.
And that is the crazy thing. And I'm so glad that Tracy has shared all her tips because living on the road right now, I really am having to eat out quite a bit. Now that means sometimes I am getting the seed oils, which I don't love. But I did learn, I started asking for if they could cook it in olive oil, and a lot of places actually will. Now, I don't always do that. We're not telling you guys to be like absolutely crazy. We're just saying when you're on the road and say you have to eat out 2 meals a day for a whole week.
I tell you.
That's a lot of hormone disrupting ingredients that you could potentially be putting in your body. And so all we're saying is you can totally make adjustments and you can totally have a good relationship with food while traveling. I remember when I used to have to travel a lot, I'd actually be like, oh my gosh, because I am a teeny bit OCD, I would be like, oh, I'm going to get off my routine a little bit. Like, oh man. And I feel like I'd have to go 0 to 100. I'm like, I'd have a vacation mindset and an at-home mindset. So I would have the mindset of, oh, I'm on vacation. It's no big deal. So now that I'm literally on the road, I'm like, oh, I can separate the two. And I've enjoyed traveling more.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to be real with you, Tracy. I did go to an Italian restaurant when I was traveling. And it was amazing. And I actually did have their bread. But you don't do that every day.
Well, that's what I mean.
And I will say, I don't do gluten hardly at all.
Yeah.
But because I take care of my body for the most part and I didn't overdo it, it was like I had I probably had like 2 or 3 slices. The next day I actually wasn't impacted because the rest of my meal was really, really balanced. That's the other thing is you can make sure it's balanced, still enjoy, but you can make you can make alternative choices.
Absolutely. And I'm glad what you said. I always say, this is not about perfection. That's not a lifestyle either. When you go too far for perfection, that's when you get into the all or nothing mindset, you know, and that was something that I had to really get out of because it was like all of a sudden I said, oh, I had the piece of bread instead of just enjoying it because that's part of wellness, enjoying like with it. Then But then I'd be like, oh, well, I had the bread. Oh my gosh, I might as well eat the basket of bread and I might as well eat a whole pizza and let's go ahead and order the tiramisu. Like I would just go on this binge where no, that's not what we're saying. No. But what I wanted people to understand was that they could be super intentional, whether they have a busy lifestyle. So many of us are busy today. And that was just a number one question people have asked me. What do you pack on the go? What do you do? And I just wanted to plant and share these things with everyone. So I think,
easy peasy.
So easy peasy. Hey, listen, won't be the last episode that we ever, share about these type of things. And again, we want to hear your tips. What do you do? Do you have a favorite bar? How do you do it? We love learning. This is what, the community is all about. So if something dropped in today, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm going to start doing that. We want to be able to hear it. So again, until next time, here is to your energetic, confident self.